Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Costanza, a podcast about something. I am your host, Joe Costanza.
And Jake from State Farm.
And this is episode 47. We are back after a 2-week break, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's going to be... it's going to be mostly action-heavy stuff, because there are two pretty dope action movies that came out in the past 2 weeks, and there's also some news that we'll be discussing that I will get to very shortly. I just forgot to put one of them up. But how are you doing, Jake?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I'd say the same about myself. So, yeah, let's just get started with something that has come out pretty recently, and fans are kind of debating whether it's good or not. There is a new Harry Potter trio that has just got announced.
Did it come out? Did it come out, or the show?
They're officially cast, yeah. So everybody knows the original three: Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. The new three are Dominic McLaughlin, I'm pretty sure, who's Harry Potter, Gabriella Stanton, who's Hermione, and Alistair Stout, who's Ron Weasley.
Oh, they got the red hair.
Yeah. I'd say this is a kind of an okay cast. I mean,
yeah, for the kids.
I mean, sure, it's not going to live up to. I mean, of course, it's not going to live up to the original cast.
I'm not expecting it to, or like the original will always the original like 8 movies, and like they always like kind of have a special place in people's hearts.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because they're saying it's going to be more accurate to the books, but I'm not really sure how true that's going to be. We'll have to kind of see. Honestly, I've only really read the first book and then part of the second, and then I've just seen the movies, but I do know a thing or two.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna watch the Harry Potter, the new series. I wish them luck, but I'm just not interested in it because I don't think it's fucking necessary, you know? Because it's like, what are you doing?
Season 1, like who goes to like season 2? Like I don't know what they're gonna do next. Gee, I wonder, are they going to do Chamber of Secrets? No. No way.
I mean, it's kind of like Game of Thrones season 1 through 6 or 5. Like, if you've read the books, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but then there's a certain point where it, like, branches off and does its own thing.
Yeah, and also, to be fair, Harry Potter's like a cultural phenomenon, and everybody's probably seen it by now, so it just seems like, what the hell's the point, you know? It just...
Let me guess. If they say sorcerers or philosopher's stone in the show, people are gonna like rage debate over what one's accurate. It's like it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure myself.
It's a stone that gives you immortality. There, same thing.
Yeah, it just...
I've heard a lot of controversy about the show. I don't really get into it. I mean, like, I'm not really that interested in the show. I've only heard like a few things, but I'm not that well versed in like what's gonna happen with the show or like what they've confirmed or denied. I'm not even sure what the full cast is. I just kind of know. I think like the 3 kids and stuff.
I think they also confirmed that John something, the dude from Third Rock from the Sun, is going to be Dumbledore, and I don't know.
Him?
Yeah, I don't know if they casted McGonagall or even Hagrid yet, but they did cast Snape.
I don't know this.
Yeah. I mean, it's slowly coming out. Like, I thought it was just like
I heard about them casting Snape. I did hear about that.
I'm not sure, like, I don't know who Draco would be, if anybody. Like, half the cast is already dead, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it seems weird, because Harry Potter wasn't that long ago, and, like...
It is weird, like, you watch the Sorcerer's Stone in the very beginning, you're like, he's dead, she's dead, he's dead, damn.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, that whole beginning of the Sorcerer's Stone, everyone there was like passed except for the baby, maybe. I don't know.
All the teachers are gone. Like it's crazy. Like Snape, McGonagall died recently. Both Dumbledores, Hagrid. I think there. I think is Slughorn still alive? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I know, obviously Snape. I mean, like everyone knows about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was such a great actor. I loved him in Die Hard as well.
Yeah, I did too. Okay, Slughorn's still alive. The chick from Peaky Blinders. She was also Draco's mom. She also died.
Oh yeah, she's dead too.
Yeah, she died from cancer.
So many people are dead.
She wasn't even that old either. I think she was as old as her mom.
Voldemort didn't even need to do the Deathly Hallows book at all. He could have just waited a few years and boom.
Let me just wait till they die of old age. Oh man, but
it's true what he said. Only he can live forever.
that's until Ray Fiennes sadly dies, which like I'm not gonna jinx it or anything, but it is happening. Like we just don't know. I'm just gonna drop it. Never mind. But
I mean, technically everyone, but
yeah. Anyways, moving on from that morbid topic. Speaking of death, Hulk is coming back. So.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this has actually been
Joe?
something that I've been. Yeah.
Okay, you like froze on me.
Oh.
Like you were just frozen. I could just hear you in the other room talking.
Like, did I not talk through the mic at all?
No, your face was frozen in place, and I didn't hear anything.
Alright. But, yeah, the Hulk is back, and it's not in the way you'd think, because I still think a solo movie's probably happening. I did hear, like, actually I've heard, like a maybe it is, maybe it isn't sort of thing, but this is technically fully confirmed by Marvel Studios. Apparently, Mark Ruffalo is going to show up in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
What?
And not just a full-on, like, cameo. He's going to be kind of like a side character.
Like Thor Ragnarok, almost.
Like, kind of like Ragnarok, yeah. And it's not just...
Hulk and Spider-Man, huh?
It's going to be Savage Hulk, too. They confirmed he's coming
Really?
back.
Okay, Savage Hulk, good.
Because I think Mr. Negative might have something to do with it, because if you've played the Spider-Man game, which we both have, Mr. Negative is a pretty tough guy.
Yeah.
And
Is he in the movie? Wait.
Mr. Negative, I think, is confirmed, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Negative, yeah. Was he? I don't really remember hearing about him, except till Spider-Man PS4. Was he in the comics? Because I remember on, like... When Spider-Man PS4 came out, I'm like, who the hell was Mr. Negative?
I'm sure he is, because like they didn't make up a random villain for Spider-Man to fight. Like, I'm sure he exists. But I don't know why the Hulk is in the movie. Like, I don't know what purpose he serves. But I welcome it. I'm a Hulk fan, and
Smash.
I guess so, yeah. And if this is the road to World War Hulk and justice for the Hulk, I'm all for it. I am all for it.
Because I mean, I was thinking like Spider-Man being a street level hero, you know. I mean, I was thinking like he'd have his own like solo thing or like be with like some other street level character. But Hulk, I mean, they are the most popular when it comes to comics. Hulk and Spider-Man, they're like Marvel comics.
And also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll see what happens. I think it has potential. They're gonna bring Savage Hulk back.
Yeah, I agree. And apparently he might be the main villain. Maybe. Because, yeah, apparently like, he might wreak havoc on the streets and all that because the Hulk is back. So maybe he'll have to, like Spider-Man will have to fight the Hulk as well. Which would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but like in an earlier episode, but I did say that early drafts of Spider-Man Brand New Day before it was rumored to be a multiverse thing, was it was gonna have Punisher and Spider-Man team up to fight the Hulk. Apparently, John Bernthal's also rumored to come back in this movie. It's not as like heavily like talked about as much as Hulk is. I think that's like close to confirmation, but it is still something to consider.
Because Hulk typically, at least in the MCU, has a reason for smashing. Even in the comics, sometimes he'd have reasons. Hulk would... I don't know, I'm curious to see, but that would be kind of cool to see Punisher and Spider-Man team up to fight him.
Yeah.
There was a time, I think, I don't know if it may not be mainline Marvel comics, but I do remember there was a time that he did kill Bruce Banner by... He fed Banner all this food, and inside the food were plastic explosives that he was eating. And he ate all the food, and then when he turned into the Hulk, Punisher just detonated the plastic explosives and blew him up from the inside and killed him.
That's a pretty clever way to kill the Hulk. I gotta admit, that's like really clever.
And he also intentionally made the Hulk come out by like punching Banner, and then like the moment he was Hulk, he just blew him up. But yeah, I don't think that was me, but
yeah,
that was one of the comics. Because I have like 50 of those Punisher versus Marvel characters.
Yeah, I mean that could be good, you know. We'll see how this goes. Apparently, filming is starting this summer, either this month or next month, but we'll have to see.
I'm not sure how that would work because Hulk has a healing factor. It's like on par with like Deadpool and Wolverine.
I don't think Hulk has a healing factor in this universe. Like the Banner one, sure,
yeah.
But like he still has, like, if you could tell, he still has that scar that he had in the Incredible Hulk. So
yeah, but like that comic I was talking about where he was like blew him up.
You're talking about that?
Accurate. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
It must not be mainline.
But yeah, the rumors just keep on coming for Brand New Day. So like, what the fuck is next? You know.
And they got rid of the home title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of figured because it's a new trilogy and he's like a full-fledged Spider-Man now. So.
Yeah, it's like Brand New Home. I got a new apartment.
Brand new home. Wait, a new home, as in reference to Star Wars.
Spider-Man, a new home.
Episode 4.
It's a period of civil war.
It's a period of civil war. Fisk has launched a group of anti-vigilante task forces.
Pursued by Fisk's sinister agents, Peter Parker reaches home.
But we legally can't because Sony is a prick.
Okay. We should move on next.
Anyways, this was kind of a last minute discussion, but last Sunday, I'm pretty sure, Netflix finally announced something for Stranger Things Season 5.
Finally.
I thought it was going to be a release date. Turns out they had new footage. So that's pretty damn cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that the teaser that you showed me?
Yeah, the teaser I showed you was the trailer. So for those who don't know, Stranger Things is one of the most popular shows on like ever, and it's Netflix's baby besides Squid Game and Wednesday, which they also had some stuff for that as well. And we saw some stuff involving Wednesday season 2, I'm pretty sure, and Squid Game season 3. Squid Game's coming out this I think this summer actually. And then Wednesday's coming out August, and then Stranger Things is coming out in November 26th. It's going to be divided into 3 parts. Because Netflix loves to milk this, kind of, extend the time for the show. First part, which I think are the first 4 episodes, is coming out the day before Thanksgiving. Hey, JM, welcome on in. So the day before Thanksgiving, November 26th. Part 2 is coming out...
Yeah, Volume 2, yeah.
Yeah, Volume 2 is coming out Christmas, and then the finale is coming out New Year's Eve. Which... I'm not for or against it. I'm just happy we had something.
Because season 4 had 2 volumes. I remember it was separated.
Yeah. And I think it was like 7 episodes in the season, like in volume 1, and then they released the final 2 like a month after that. And it's kind of similar to this, which I'm not for or against it, like I said. And I guess slight spoilers for season 5 if you don't want to hear about it. They didn't show us much. It was mostly a recap of the first 4 seasons. But it starts off with Joyce talking to Will, who finally has a good haircut. It only took fucking 5 seasons.
I know, that haircut.
He no longer has the bowl cut.
It is the 80s, but even then, that's not a good haircut. They could have picked any other hairstyle for the 80s.
Yeah, Joyce was talking to Will about how she thinks about the night he got taken, like, all the time, which, I mean, why the fuck wouldn't she? That was, like, her most terrifying moment ever. So...
That and her fridge magnets falling. That was also terrifying.
Yeah. And then it just shows, like, a compilation of stuff that happened from seasons 1 through 4. And then it says, like, oh, yeah, the final season is coming. And then it shows the 3 parts, like, volume 1, blah, 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 2, 3... And then it shows, like, a few seconds of footage. It shows Joyce with an axe, and something's clearly breaking through the shed. It shows Mike behind a group of children that are clearly new to the story. We have not seen them before. It shows Steve and Dustin for a scene. It shows like a grown-up Holly and Karen Wheeler. And then it shows 11 freaking out over something with Hopper trying to comfort her. It shows like a new thing in the Upside Down that looks fucking disgusting. And then it shows like something breaking out from like a little trap or something that the soldiers are trying to keep away. It might be Vecna, it might be something else. And then it shows Will in like he's freaking the fuck out. He's like something's clearly messing with him. And he's just screaming to whoever the fuck. I've been hearing rumors, but I'm not going to talk about the rumors here. He just screams out "run" twice, and then that's the end of the trailer. Which gets you really fucking pumped up. It got me pumped up for sure.
Like, really, you could just watch it and you'd see, but yeah.
Yeah. But I'm staying away from leaks and all that, because apparently people got onto the set of Season 5 of Stranger Things, and there's some stuff that might happen, so like I'm not going to talk about it, obviously, like I don't talk leaks here unless they involve Spider-Man, but so yeah, I'm not going to be talking some like leaks about Stranger Things because I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to hear anything about it at all. I mean, this was all I wanted to see. I don't want like a full-on trailer for it, which I know they're going to do. I still don't want a full trailer for it. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, because it might spoil stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it. Stranger Things is one of my favorite shows ever. I've loved it for a long time, and I'm just happy we finally got something, because it has been a very long time. They've been radio silent for like a whole year now. So, yeah.
I mean... I hope that they end it like really good, because the thing is that for a lot of shows they have to milk it until it's like not good anymore. But I feel for Stranger Things, they genuinely want to make it end and make it end good, kind of like Breaking Bad. How that ended like with a bang. Like they didn't make it go on for too long. They were like, let's end it the way that will make the fans satisfied and really make like the story go full circle and like clear everything up. And I hope that's what they do with Stranger Things. I'm sure that they're going to do that, because it seems like the people making the show really actually genuinely love it, and I'm sure they'd want it to end appropriately.
Yeah, I agree. And hold on, let me actually get this photo set up, because we are going to be talking about 2 major action films now. One of them is the finale of a famous franchise, and the other is...
I gotta turn on my fan, it's hot in here.
And the other is a continuation of a series that's a spin-off of a very popular franchise. So, yeah, let me just get that set up.
You can't hear it on the audio.
I don't think I can, no. So, so since Jake is here, Jay will come later.
I am.
We are going to be talking full spoilers, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So, this is your Tom.
Mission Impossible.
This is your Tom Canoes for the day. So, here we go. So, Jake, what did you think about the film?
Okay. I did like the movie, but I think I preferred Dead Reckoning a little better because there were some flaws with this movie that I had. Most notably, like the villain of the movie, Gabriel. Is that his name?
Yeah, Gabriel.
I liked him in Dead Reckoning, but in here he just felt very cartoonish almost as a villain. And it just didn't really seem right. And there were a few things that you just kind of had to go with. Like that, what's her name? I think she plays Mantis.
Palm Clementif. I don't know her name.
Yeah, her character was a complete sociopath in Dead Reckoning. And then in this one, she's just like, yeah, I guess I'm good now. We're just gonna ignore the like 50 different people I murdered, like, and only bring it up in like as a joke, like, oh, I kill people. I don't know how to do medical stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't know medical shit. I just kill people.
Despite the fact that if you're a professional killer, you probably know where like all the stuff are.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit at least.
You should know all the vital organs.
Like, I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of being, a killer if you don't know where to shoot to kill someone. Same. But there were, I did go to the bathroom times during the movie, so I on a lot of stuff. And so,
yeah.
I don't really know everything, but I do know that they had like flashbacks that we like so often. I missed one of them, but I don't really hate them. I kind of think it's that.
Check your mic. You're cutting out.
I am?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's alright, dude. We still got time. We're 24 minutes in, so we're good.
Am I good now?
Just keep talking. Just keep talking about the movie.
Okay, what was I saying? I don't...
About, the Mantis's character.
No. Oh, flashbacks, I think.
Yeah, the flashbacks.
About. Yeah, so, the flashbacks, I don't really think I really took away from it.
Yeah, you're still cutting out.
Back. Damn it.
I think your mic was working fine before. Like, did you change settings or something, or is it because of the fan? Because I think the fan might be cutting you off.
Okay, am I better? I shut off my fan.
Talk about the flashbacks again, so that way I know.
Am I good?
I think you should be good. I think so.
Okay, well, anyway, another thing is that it didn't really feel like the finale. Really, it just kind of felt like the way it ended, it could still have a Mission Impossible, like another movie. It didn't really feel like a finale.
Yeah, I agree.
They also didn't explain, what was his name, Luther? Was that his name?
Oh yeah, Luther, yeah.
Yeah, what was he sick with? I was like left confused in the theater. I'm like, wait, why is he in a hospital bed? What happened to him?
Yeah, because you were telling me, I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. That wasn't in the other movies.
I'm like,
we watched Dead Reckoning before this, and there was like no sign of him having like cancer too. I'm like,
because I was wondering, I'm like, am I missing something? They didn't even say like what he was sick with. He's just like perfectly fine. Next scene, he's like laying in a bed with like a thing in his nose, and he's like speaking like he's dying. I'm like, what? What
yeah,
happened?
that caught me completely off guard. I was like, what? That just gives him like an even bigger excuse to die. It's like James Bond at the end of No Time to Die, because if you don't know what happens, he dies at the end of that film because of like I think he gets like a disease or something, and he has to stay on that island. So he was doomed for death either way. And I think it just
Yeah,
gets blown up or
I
something.
think that takes away from it because like the whole thing is like I have to disarm this bomb. I'm gonna have to die doing it. It's like, well, you were sick anyway, so not to be
Yeah,
rude
like
or
even
anything,
if he
but
successfully disarmed it, he would still have that problem. So I'm like,
and
what
they
the
never
fuck?
explained it. They were never like, guys, Luther has cancer. He's just like, hey, Luther. Oh, bye, Luther.
Yeah, like you've been a like a staying character since since Mission Impossible 1, but we gotta kill somebody off, and we like Benji too much. So yeah, I think you're gone.
I guess you are done.
you are. It knows who I am. But
but overall I did like the movie. I liked like when he was in like the submarine and like the things are like the what are they called? The torpedoes are like banging up against everything and they had to navigate through there.
oh,
That
that
was
submarine
tense.
stunt was insane.
It reminded me of Finding Nemo. Remember when like that submarine was falling down that trench?
That,
It looked
yeah,
like
that's what you and
it
Mom were
was
thinking of.
it, it was balancing on there, like it was like falling off the cliff. I'm like, I'm expecting it to have like fallen.
Yeah, and like
And of course, you know, he does a crazy stunt where he like hangs off of like a plane and stuff. It got a little ridiculous at one point, but
I do think
um,
to me it kind of copied off of Fallout where he was hanging off a helicopter, and I still think that's like the best Mission Impossible stunt he's ever done besides Burj Khalifa. But I mean, this one's still great. Don't get me wrong. Like the two big stunts in here are fantastic, but it just seems like we've already kind of done this before, you know? Like we've seen him hanging off like a plane in Rogue Nation. We've seen him hanging off a helicopter in Fallout. It's like what's next, you know? Like I mean, I get it, they're like World War II planes and there's not enough room to hang off of and all that, but I mean, I'm not dissing the stunt at all. I'm just saying like we've kind of seen this before.
there's only so much you can do, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Like we wanted to do in real life, hang off like a space shuttle or something.
That is something. That is actually no joke. I actually think Tom Cruise wants to do a movie in space, like fully in space.
Like hanging on, it's just like shooting into the atmosphere. Like, no.
The Martian in real life. But, I mean, yeah, Gabriel's such a.
It's like NASA's like, we want to put the first man on Mars. Tom Cruise, you up for it?
We're gonna film our first movie in Mars. I'm in.
It's like, well, on one condition, I get to hang off of the rocket ship at one point. Deal.
The flames flaming in my face.
I have to like climb back and board in the middle of the takeoff.
No helmet.
We're
doing this shit. I can hold my breath for 6 minutes underwater. I can hold twice as that in space.
I think holding your breath in space wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't. That. It wouldn't. That's the joke.
I heard that would just kill you quicker.
No, yeah, no, you would die in an instant. Are you kidding? Like with the temperature and stuff, it's like below, yeah. Like it's in like the negatives and shit. Like it would kill you in an instant.
Yeah.
But yeah, the villain was so trash. And like he was already bad in Dead Reckoning. I think he's worse in this because at least he was somewhat intimidating.
Yeah, because he was intimidating in Dead Reckoning because like the AI was like helping him, so it felt like he was untouchable in that sense. But this one, he just felt very like
he felt very cartoony and like so like even before his death, which was fucking hilarious by the way. Like before his death is like, good luck, Ethan. Only one of us has a parachute. And all that. Like, what the fuck? It's like a goddamn cartoon villain.
You made him sound like Gargamel. What the heck?
But he fucking was Gargamel. He was a cartoon. He was like Skeletor made from Gargamel.
As long as I have this, it will come to me. Like
it will come to me.
I'm surprised he didn't twirl his mustache. And like he's like, Ethan, this is your final reckoning. See what I did there? I said the title of the movie. Did you see that?
Tom Cruise just says, say that again.
I'm surprised. I'm happy they didn't do this. Imagine if he's like, guys, I think this mission might actually be impossible.
I
That would
actually
be
think they said
stupid.
it in Mission Impossible 2. It's like it's called Mission
Oh,
Impossible, not Mission Can't Do It or whatever, or Mission Difficult or whatever. and I, you know how bad 2 is, so like of
oh
course
yeah,
that'd be fucking terrible.
2 was terrible. Gosh.
2 is awful.
I hated 2 so much. 3 onwards was when it was really good.
Oh, I three
One was
three I
just
think is an
fine.
underrated gem. Like people
Like-
love the Christopher McQuarrie films, which to me like the just so you know the Christopher McQuarrie ones were 5 through 8, and like 5, 6, and 7 are like on my top 3 of all time. I think like in Mission Impossible they're fantastic. 6 being my favorite, and 8's still really good, but I think 3 is really good as well.
Yeah, 3. I do remember really enjoying the villain in that one. That one was a
Oh,
lot
dude!
better.
Rest in peace, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That villain was just so intimidating. That's how you do a villain, especially for an action movie.
Yeah.
Like he was
But
just.
they kind of tied it in, like the thing that he was trying to steal in that movie was
Oh, yeah.
the AI.
Yeah, the rabbit's
Remember
foot.
that?
Like, cause I was confused
Yeah,
about that.
rabbit's
I'm like,
foot.
hold on, how does the rabbit's foot have to do with the AI? Like, that doesn't make sense.
It was that was what he was stealing because they assumed it was a nuclear weapon, but no, it was
So that was the
AI.
entity.
yeah, it was the entity in like beta stage or something.
Oh.
It was like the pre-version of it. That's what he was stealing. But also another thing about Gabriel, didn't he said he wanted to like rule the world, and he's like, "Oh, you and your friends will live in harmony." I'm like, wait, wasn't established in Dead Reckoning that he just loves to kill people? That's his only motivation. He wants to like have everyone die.
Yeah,
Like,
I have no idea. And plus,
What-
like,
what-
it doesn't
but,
make
like,
sense
he-
because
he-
the fucking
he
nuclear
goes-
bombs are going to destroy the world.
He goes from like he's like they described him as like seeing death as like a gift he wants to share with everyone. Now he's like, actually, I want to rule the world and have peace and shit. He's like, what? No, you
Like,
don't want that.
Make up your
What-
fucking mind, dude.
Like when the nuclear bombs are going off, he should be sitting at a beach drinking like a lemonade or something, watching the chaos happen. That's what I gathered from his character from Dead Reckoning. And the final criticism is that they didn't actually explain that girl that Gabriel killed in like the flashbacks. Like that.
I'm
made
not
Ethan
sure either. Was that like a
get part
wife or
of the
something?
IMF. That was like an old, I don't know, just some girlfriend of his or something. But that's what got him involved in the IMF. So it's clearly important, but we don't get anything from it. We just see, oh, he killed her. We don't know why. We don't know like what was his connection to Ethan. We don't know why Ethan was blamed for it. We don't know anything. It's just like, yeah, that happened, and now I'm here. They didn't explain anything, and for the final film, you would think it would like go full circle. Like the whole reason, like why I'm part of the IMF is because this happened. I knew him from like this incident, but it just kind of felt like what? What was like Ethan Hunt just a normal guy, and then Gabriel randomly teleports in, kills her, and then just disappears or something? Like what happened?
It's like Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he was this Nightcrawler. He's like, fuck this random person, and then just dips. Like, what happened? I don't.
Fuck you. And then just leaves. I hate women. And it just dips.
He just goes like just looks at Ethan like, hey, I've got a shooter, and then like I'm like, wait, so you were targeting Ethan? What's your history with him? Not explained. Like, Ethan wasn't part of the IMF yet, so what was he before? They don't explain any of that.
Yeah, he feels more like a Bond villain than a Mission Impossible villain. I feel like that's a good example of how he is, because it just seems like he's way too cliche. I don't know what the fuck is going on and all that, and it's just like, what do you actually want to do?
I didn't know, because I'm like thinking, oh, he's gonna try to destroy the world, and he's like, actually, I want the entity for myself to do blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not.
I want the
who you
entity
are.
to be my bitch, or I'll be the entity's bitch.
That's essentially
That's
it
basically
was like,
what it is.
And the entity, I feel like wasn't in the film as much as in Dead Reckoning. Like
No,
he talked
he
to
didn't
Ethan.
really feel like a threat.
He talked to Ethan, being like, "Hey, dude, can you do this for me?" No. Okay, bye. And that's pretty much what happened.
Okay, you're wasting my time. I got more important shit to do.
Like, what was the point of that scene? Because he didn't even do what the entity said. He was like, oh, do this. It is written. I don't even think Ethan did the thing that the entity wanted him to do. Did he?
I feel like that was more of like a message of saying like, oh, AI is bad, and like that's kind of all it really was. It was just more like a message to the world saying like, hey, AI is bad. You should not trust AI. And then that's kind of all it was. They wanted it to be relevant to like the times and all that. It's kind of
because it really made me think like, oh, it was like his fate that like something's going to happen no matter how much he resists. He's going to end up doing what the entity wants in the end. Which it did predict that he'd be under the ice, but I was kind of confused by that scene because it was saying all these things that were going to happen and it didn't actually happen.
Yeah, and also sorry, go ahead.
And I kind of feel like it takes away from the idea of it being an all-knowing, all-seeing threat, where he was just like, "I'm not doing it." Oh, okay, sorry, man. I didn't realize.
I mean, yeah, like, and if the AI truly was like this all-knowing thing, like, shouldn't Ethan Hunt lose every time? Because if the AI knows all, he'll know like all the fucking playing cards and all that stuff.
Because it said that there was one outcome where Ethan might win in Dead Reckoning, because like the AI is clearly afraid of that, knows that he could win. So why not? Why try to take him as your chosen disciple and not just kill him? Like the moment he goes into that chamber, it could be like, "You fell for my trap, die!" Like, why not?
Yeah, like it feels like it's a lose-lose for Ethan. Like the entity will know every move you play.
And the thing is like the moment he was in that chamber talking to it, it could have killed him there, and he would have neutralized as a threat.
That's
He's
true.
like, this mission is definitely impossible now. Kills him. Like, I don't know, but there were just some flaws, but I do like the film overall.
No, I enjoyed the film. Let's talk more about the pros, but let me just read what JM said. He says the AI villain was pretty whack too. Honestly, I enjoyed the directing of showing how powerful the AI is, but I prefer pretty much everyone else. Yeah, I agree. And let me talk more about the pros. Ethan Hunt is still great as usual.
Yeah.
Benji and the gang, even though we didn't see them as much as some of the other films, I still think they did a good job with all of them. I think Benji grew as a character because he was teaching Grace how to like hack into a computer and all that stuff, and like the different wires and stuff. That little interaction between the three was funny.
In that scene, like where he was like dying, and he's like, "Benji, hit the red one." Like as he was like dying, he's like, "Make sure you don't hit the red one." Sorry.
Yeah, Benji's always the funniest character for sure. And I really enjoy the stunts in here are absolutely insane. I think they're about as good as a Mission Impossible movie can get, and part of me wonders if 9/11 didn't happen and the towers were still up, do you think Tom Cruise would do a stunt on the Twin Towers?
Probably.
I feel like he would have. Like if it didn't happen, like instead of Burj Khalifa, I feel like he would have done it on the World Trade Center. I'm pretty sure.
He would do something like that, yeah.
He totally would have.
If it never happened, yeah.
Yeah. I could see that happening in like an alternate universe, but what's your favorite stunt that Tom Cruise has done from what you could remember?
From what I can remember, there was one that really impressed me, like the underwater scene. I was amazed at how well he could hold his breath underwater for that long period of time.
Oh,
yeah. Because I could barely hold it for like 20 seconds, but you know.
Yeah.
I did hear that there's like a strategy where it's like when you hold your breath, you can actually like intake more air than you think. So like even when you feel like that you ran out of air, you're actually not, or something. I don't know. There was like a strategy or something to actually breathe in for like a minute or two. I saw on YouTube a while ago. There was like an expert who was like studying it, but yeah, that stunt really did impress me. I did think him hanging off of the plane as well. I think he's crazy, genuinely, for doing that stuff without like a parachute or anything. As much as I hate Mission Impossible 2, I did like that stunt where he was climbing like the mountain, just like no shirt, no gear, nothing, just free climbing
That
it.
was pretty cool.
There are like people who actually do that professionally, but
Yeah, I think we saw a
well,
documentary
not
about it.
not professionally, but like they do it for fun. But yeah, there are people who do free climb. You have to be very, but usually it like takes like tons of practice. I don't know how many attempts it took him before he was confident enough that he could do it.
Yeah, I feel like in those moments you have to be like John Wick, like full
Because
concentration and sheer fucking will.
how do you like catch him? It's like, don't worry, we have like a net down here, so if you fall, you
Dude,
may.
no, God, no. Even a fall from that height, the net would break.
Yeah. It's like there's a 40% chance you'll stay intact. Good luck.
I feel like if K2SO was there, he'd be like, "Nah, you're fucking dead, dude. It's high. It's very high."
There's a 100% chance of failure.
JM asks how much bigger is the two towers than the Khalifa. I don't think that much because, I mean, the World Trade Center. I'm just saying that more is because not only were they the tallest buildings in New York at the time, but they were like the thing that made New York, New York. Besides the Statue of Liberty.
And it kind of looks a little climbable, theoretically speaking.
Kind of, yeah. I feel like he would have, and
He probably would have done it. Like, can you imagine like an action scene with like helicopters shooting at him or something? And he's like climbing up there or something. Like, I don't know, he'd do something like that.
That would have been cool, yeah. And I can imagine Spider-Man swinging off of there, like, there was a teaser before 9/11 happened of the first Spider-Man movie where that happened. So, hey Cam, welcome on in. But yeah, Burj Khalifa I think is like the tallest building in like ever, like in the whole world. But yeah, the Twin Towers, although we're tall, I don't think they were as tall as Khalifa. But yeah, I think my favorite stunt is the helicopter one. I just think that like that whole movie got me on the edge of my seat. That's to me Fallout's my favorite. But the Final Reckoning I enjoyed a lot. I thought the stunts were all fun. The characters were good. I just feel like it didn't really deserve to be the finale. Like the ending was sweet and all that with Luther and all that, and like just him doing kind of like a should you choose to accept it mission, but as like a farewell. I thought that was pretty cool. But I feel like when Tom Cruise does like another Top Gun or whatever the fuck and like Edge of Tomorrow and like wraps up the other series he does, I think he'll totally go back to Mission Impossible. Like he says he's done now, but if he really like, if they have a good story they want to tell, or if Cruise is like really up for like hanging off a fucking mountain or some shit like that, I feel like he would definitely like there would definitely be a Mission Impossible 9. I feel like it's not like completely closing the door, it's like leaving it slightly open so that he could return.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Or if I was on Letterboxd, I'd give it 3.5 stars, which is not bad. I'd just say there are some movies, especially Mission Impossible, that were better. But I'd still get it on Blu-ray. Like, I'd probably watch like the two big action scenes and stuff. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like they could make it where he starts training people, and when the mission really needs him, he comes in and does some crazy. So kind of like Top Gun Maverick. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. I could totally see that. That would definitely be a cool thing for it. But Jake, what would you rank it out of 10? And where would you rank it in the Mission Impossible movies?
the thing is, with, the other Mission Impossible movies, it's been a little while since I've seen them.
You're still cutting out.
Ah, crap, because I turned back. How about now? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I've watched all the Mission Impossible movies, so I can't really compare them to each other. I remember liking, like, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all that stuff. But out of 10 for this movie, I would say about... I did enjoy it. It was just a few flaws I had. So maybe 7 or 8 out of 10.
I think that's a pretty solid ranking.
Yeah. I mean, there are some Mission Impossible movies I like better than this one, but it wasn't bad. It was not like 2. That's at the very bottom, I know that at least.
Yeah.
I have a memory of one of the scenes. God. Wasn't the villain in that movie also shit?
Yeah, I think he was shit.
I think I remember rolling my eyes at God.
I think there was like a part where the Cruz and like an enemy of his were on like motorcycles, and the ending part was where they both jump off their motorcycles and they clash into each other and explode. Like the motorcycles explode. I remember that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Wasn't there a scene where he was in a car and like the girl he liked was in another car, fucking spinning out of control, and then having like a scene where they're like looking at each other romantically, meanwhile it's like spinning around. I'm like, is this meant to be funny? I don't know.
I don't remember that, but that reminds me of like a fucking Austin Powers fucking
It does, but it seems like something from Austin Powers, or like they be in like a car that is like spinning around and they're like having something.
Or it's like the Lego movie where it's just like, it's like the Lego movie where they're falling out from the fucking train, and then Emmett and Wildstar was just talking like, yeah, that was kind of fun back there and all that. But that was made as like a joke. This was made as like, a cringy 2000. Yeah, it was like a cringy 2000 spy film. Like that screams 2000 cringeness, you know?
I swear there's a scene for that. I swear. I remember.
No, I believe you. I don't know if it actually happens, but I totally believe you. But yeah, I think... Oh my god. That movie was so stupid. And then 3, I think, was necessary.
Yeah, 3 really kind of was like the saving grace.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if it is ending, it had a good run. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I think it was a solid finale, but not perfect. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna move on to 3 in Rogue Nation, and we have the best villains. I wasn't crazy about Rogue Nation. I liked Cavill. I like even though I saw the twist coming, I liked Cavill as a villain in Mission Impossible 6. But yeah. Oh wait, no, I totally forgot about this. What did you think about the guy that returned from Mission Impossible 1? The guy that held the knife.
Oh yeah, him. I went to the bathroom in that scene when they revealed it was that same guy. So I was like, who's that?
I didn't really know he was part of the official IMF. I thought he was just there, but it turns out he was like part of the IMF for a little bit. But yeah, he was cool. I liked him. I feel like it was for nostalgia, but I mean, I enjoyed it, and I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so why the hell not, you know?
Yeah.
His wife was funny. I don't remember much about the wife, but actually there was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah, the polar bears is like, like takes like the gun, makes a shooting motion for what? Polar bears?
Yeah, I do remember that actually. Shit. Oh yeah, the president. Kind of confused me because I thought she went against Ethan in Fallout. I'm like, okay, what? Why is she? Why is he trusting her? Like, didn't she go against her or whatever the fuck? I can't remember. But there's also the guy, the cop dude from Dead Reckoning. Apparently, he is the son of the villain from the first movie, played by Jon Voight, which I guess was a cool connection, but that was kind of it, you know?
Yeah.
His friend had nothing. I feel like he was just there. Grace was good. I liked Grace. I don't think she was as good as Ilsa from 5 through 7.
Yeah, I really liked Ilsa. I do remember.
You cut out.
What? I said I really did like Ilsa, like better than Grace.
Yeah, I was a little upset they killed her off, but I get it. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to. I was kind of holding off to see if Jay was coming in, but he's not in, so I'm gonna have to move on because I don't have. Elsa's a zillion times better than Grace, but I love her pickpocketing. Yeah, I liked that too. I was gonna hold off for Jay, but since he isn't really coming, I guess I don't have much time because I have something going on tomorrow. I will wrap it up. I'm not gonna talk spoilers, but I will be talking about. I did see Ballerina last night, and I gotta tell you, fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. So, for those who don't know, and who aren't familiar with how I feel about this universe, I think John Wick is the best set of films in the modern day. The best franchise, better than Marvel, Star Wars, Godzilla, Mission Impossible. Any franchise you could think of is, like, John Wick beats them all. And the reason why is because I just think the creators and the people involved and Keanu Reeves really care about this universe, and it shows in not just this movie but all of them. Like, since the first one, like, because the first one was just supposed to be like, John Wick was supposed to be a one-off, and not even a one-off. It was supposed to be a direct-to-DVD film. Not even kidding.
Really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be direct-to-DVD, and then it turns out it was done so well that not only were there sequels that came out, John Wick became a cultural phenomenon.
Does that mean like it was only meant to be released on?
Yeah, it was never supposed to be in theaters. But I think it was the director that advocated it for it, because the studio's like, no one's gonna watch this shit. It feels like some like washed fucking Bruce Willis film that like Bruce Willis isn't even in. Like it seems like one of those direct-to-DVD Willis films, or like a cliche action film that was done to death for a long time now. But it was like a good premise, and the action was done insanely well. Like, choreography was great. There was no shaky cam. You actually focused on the action. You saw who they were shooting, and it was just really fun. And I thought when Ballerina came out, I'm like, okay, I feel like they're milking the franchise a little bit, and this could still be good, but it won't be as good as like John Wick and stuff. I think it might be up there with John Wick films. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So let me start off with the positives. Ana de Armas, really good choice for Eve. Really, really good choice. I think she, her hard work and stuff for like remembering the choreography and, just thinking of, like, she's basically a female John Wick in the film. Like, you could clearly see, like, no spoilers, but you can clearly see that she has similar fighting styles as John Wick, but she's done very well. I thought they were gonna kind of make her I thought it was gonna be like one of those things where it's like, how the fuck does she know how to do that and all that? But she actually, okay. But she actually I can while we're waiting, I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast episode. I'm really proud of this one, even though Jay's not in here and most people aren't in here. It's just me and Jake so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it. You guys have learned a lot of stuff about like my opinions and stuff, and about Mission Impossible and all that. I hope you guys watched the Golden Pipe Gang episode, because despite the rush, still think it was a fun time.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Hold on one sec. But yeah, I thought Eve was done very well. You still want me to join? If you want to, sure, go right ahead. But yeah, I enjoyed Eve a lot. She was very fun. She had a backstory that kind of reminded me a little bit of Black Widow, and when Jake sees it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I feel like this movie is what Black Widow wanted to be and what it should have been.
Oh yeah. Really?
So, yeah. And it also does take place in between John Wick's 3 and 4, so it's gonna be, yeah, like, just so you know where the timeline is for, like, where this movie takes place. But I feel like the best part about this movie is that you don't really need to see the John Wick films in order to see this film. Because, I mean, the action is similar and about the same, but you don't really need to rely on seeing John Wick 3 or John Wick, like, 1, hell, even the first one, to know about Ballerina and stuff. So, yeah, like, I think that's the beauty about this. It stands on its own, and it's still really well done. Lance Reddick does show up in the film. Rest in peace. I thought he did a good job. And that was like his, how do I join? Oh yeah, it is in the server. You can just join general chat and I'll drag you in. But yeah, I thought, oh my god, I don't give a fuck, Discord. So, there are 2 action scenes in here. One of them in particular that I literally fist bumped the air. No,
Really?
I fist, hold on. Hey Jay. JM, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Let me turn you up. Come on. All right. So yeah, like as I said, there are 2 action scenes in here that I fucking loved. I like fist bumped the air because of how fantastic they were. I'm not gonna say what was involved in the action scenes, but there's one that was completely unexpected that I didn't really know. It's like kind of like a cliche moment in the John Wick films that kind of gets like a 180, let's say, like it goes a complete 180. It's like I did not expect that. And then there's one near the final battle that is just like, how the fuck did they do that? Like JM asked me at work earlier, like, do any of the stunts beat the ones from Mission Impossible? Although they don't, it's still crazy that they did this, and there were like no like severe injuries or like harmful stuff, because it's incredible how they did it. And also,
oh really? Well, I'll try to see the movie then.
yeah,
The day you said.
yeah, and this movie also went through a lot of reshoots, and I did hear the action was not as good as the people wanted it to be, so they had to like delay it about a year. So I'm happy they did that, because the action is literally most of the film. So it would have sucked ass if it would have sucked ass if the action was terrible, because the action is like the thing that makes John Wick so special. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I enjoyed, the villain wasn't the best. I still think the best villain was in the first movie, but it was still kind of like, I can get why she would go after this person, because there was a whole backstory in the beginning of why she is the way she is. And there's a moment near the end of the film, or the beginning, whatever, or not in the middle of the film, like kind of right before the final battle, where I kind of think that, not really jumped the shark, but I was like, huh? Like, I was a little confused about that. I'm like, why are they now telling us this? There was like no build up in the beginning of it. Like, there was, like, no hint at it at all. There was, like, no... Like, I was really confused by it. It caught me completely off guard. I was like, what the fuck? But I guess it made sense, but it was still, like, one of the flaws in the movie where I was like, okay, that's a little weird. And also, there is somebody in the film, not gonna spoil who it is, if you know, you know, that I feel like was it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was really cool. I feel like that character didn't really need to be there. Because, narratively speaking, if you followed the story, it does not make sense. Like, why would the character be where the character is in this movie? So it feels a little weird, but it was still cool. Don't get me wrong, it was still cool. It was just like, I don't entirely get it. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
The cinematography and the colors and stuff, they were all great. And it's not a John Wick film it's not a John Wick film without a dance party fight, and that dance party fight was pretty cool. It's in every fucking film. No, I don't think so. But it's still fun.
I'm excited either way.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see it again. I'm forgetting what else. Yeah, De Armas did a good job. I liked her a lot. And Winston is also there. He's great. I'm forgetting who else. Yeah, I think that's it.
Am I allowed to talk about like who's in the trailer at least?
Jake, have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't.
Do you mind if we talk about the character I was kind of avoiding talking about?
I mean, I kind of do want to see it, but you want me to leave it, or?
If you want to.
Really, Joe? I was just gonna say, does he do good in the movie? That was basically it.
Yes, if that's all you want to know, yeah.
I bet.
Okay.
Okay, well then.
I hope that didn't like give away anything.
No.
Okay.
All I know is that it's a he.
But
Spoiler alert.
pronouns. Sorry. But
narrows it down, but
well, now I know it's a he. But anyways, I hope there's a sequel because I would definitely love to watch it. I definitely would love another sequel to this. I know there's a John Wick 5 in the works. I'm definitely against it, but I'll still watch it. But
Dude, with everything that John Wick survived with, like it wouldn't surprise me if he's alive, honestly.
I know, but I really liked how they ended that story.
Right.
So, like, just the fact that they're undoing the ending, it's just like, really? Come on, you could have ended it there.
Mm-hmm.
But I trust Chad Stahelski, or whatever the fuck his name is, that he cares about the franchise and he's not going to milk it, because Ballerina proved that you don't have to have John Wick as your main character to have it be a good film. You could make it very good. It's just... Yeah, just have good action, have a good character, have a good, well-written story, because I think this is the best story since John Wick 1. Like, 4 had a good story, but it focused more on the action than the story. I think this is, like, a good origin story for the character, and the best one since the first one, in terms of story.
I mean, honestly, like, the other ones really didn't have much of a story this one.
I do agree on that. Oh, hey, Jay.
What's up?
We were actually just talking about Ballerina, so no spoilers, but we were just talking about that.
Okay, no problem.
Is this the last topic or?
It is. We're about to wrap it up. So, Jay, what did you think about Ballerina without spoiling it?
Ballerina was definitely, I would say, pretty much it's a very unique turn on the John Wick franchise, and a very unique chapter in itself. I think this is like a John Wick next generation, if anything. That's what it felt like. It for sure felt like this was kind of like a corner piece to a passing of the torch, like how Spider-Man does to Miles Morales with John Wick to Eve. This is a very interesting take in the John Wick universe. I feel like this was definitely worth watching to the utmost. It's a very, very interesting chapter of the whole entire story. And it was definitely filled with a whole bunch of action-packed scenes that I just brutally love. Like, everything about this was just awesome. And I would highly recommend I make everybody like watch this movie. It was really fucking good.
Yeah,
really
I agree. I don't think it'll be movie of the year. If it does, that'd be great. But if not movie of the year, definitely top 3.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'm not dissing Mission Impossible. That's still a good movie, and we talked about it earlier. That's still good. I just think Ballerina's better. So.
Okay.
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And JM and I talked about it in what was it? We were talking about it at work the other day. Like, what movie do you think will be better? I was thinking Mission Impossible, but I guess it was Ballerina. So. Maybe I was overhyping Mission Impossible, but still, I liked both.
I would say this for sure. It's definitely one of the best action-packed movies that you want to go see this year. So I really highly recommend that this is something that people will be watching for the worthwhile. Yeah. So this is not like your typical movie where it's kind of like a female fatal would actually just like come up and try to like be her best, and in order to like navigate through like the dog man lifestyle or world. It's really more of a character just trying to like mend her own path and trying to like go about her own vengeance in her own vengeful way. So I'll definitely see that this is something that people would check out if it's for the utmost on if they're looking for like an action thrill ride, and if they're looking for something that's gonna like be of the top of the food chain when it comes to like action packed fight scenes, story driven character development, and pretty much anything that would make someone just like kind of second guess the world that they're in and what they're surrounding themselves into, and also with how it comes into play with what you would do if the circumstances that is set upon you and around you has to be broken just for you to get what you want or to do what is deserving. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. That's a good synopsis of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, I think that might be it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry you came in late, but I'm happy you got your point across for Ballerina, so I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I just can't wait to see it, man. For real.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. But with that, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, and attending. Watch the Golden Pipe Gang episode if you haven't already. It came out in the afternoon. Full playlist is in my channel, and I think Tasha's as well. If you want to check out the other podcasts that I've done 46 other ones. There's also a playlist there. As far as other stuff goes, I might be taking a break for a couple weeks because I have filming stuff to do, and I have to do a lot of work on other films. So it's going to be a very busy time, but I will be back probably at the end of June with a couple of birthday streams, and maybe I'll do some more Mario Party, and there will occasionally be a podcast and a Golden Pipe Gang episode when we have the time to do it. So I'm not really going to promise any like dedicated schedule or anything for either of them. It's just going to be, we might do it, just keep the bells on, keep the notifications on, and we'll see what the fuck happens, because I currently don't know right now. And we're still figuring out the results from the previous one, but we're not going to reveal the results, at least not on stream. So you're going to have to go back and watch the other ones to kind of calculate, like, oh, where are they at in terms of the standings. So I think that's like a cool little idea that I had. But yeah, watch the series, please.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Good series, no doubt.
Yeah, I appreciate it. As far as other stuff goes, yeah, just thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys in the next episode. Episode 50 is coming out soon. I'm hoping to do a big episode for that. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll have to see. Yeah, that's kind of all I got. Take care, everybody. Watch Ballerina, watch Mission Impossible. I'm excited for Stranger Things. See you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
All right.
Peace
Later,
out.
y'all. Peace out.